Alright, just a few crazy things that I kept, which I think are comical to show. We have a postcard here talking about the sand dollar legend with a stamp on it for 19 cents. I don't know when 19 cents did anything, but it doesn't now. So it just shows how old it is. I don't even know where this box came from. I don't recognize anything in it. Nothing rings a bell. I don't know where it came from. The only hint that I have is that in this card there is my mom's writing in the drawing of a shark. Okay, so it's almost midnight. This is the third day and night that I am working on Komono. I did make a lot of really good progress. I'm giving away a lot of bags and you'll see some footage of that. But to look at my area, if someone were to walk in and look at my shelf, they wouldn't say, oh, you've been doing the KonMari method, I see. Oh, it looks so tidy and neat. No. And in fact, I had a bit of a relapse in that instead of thinking about what sparks joy and what doesn't spark joy, I started going into my regular mentality, which was, is this usable in the future? Can I use this? Is it worth keeping for future use? And so I really went back into the logical mindset instead of the emotional mindset or emotional process of sparking joy or not sparking joy, which I think is okay to some degree. I think there's a balance that has to be achieved. My kimono is actually almost all done. I think I still have another day to go before I can say it's completely gone through, and then my feeling is that probably for the next month or so I will be running into items that I have kept today, and on that day discover that actually I would prefer to give it away than to keep it. So I think that I will continue to give more away as the weeks progress and as the months progress. I did run into some items worth mentioning, some which spark joy and some which I can't believe that I even still have. So here we go. This is pretty, but it doesn't spark joy. KonMari likes to anthropomorphize her items. Let me go. Let me be loved by someone else. Release me. Release me. I will release it. I will release you. No, I'm not going to talk to a box. This, on the other hand, I mean, it's the same kind of thing. It's a hard box, but I like it and it does spark joy, so I'm keeping this. While going through the boxes, I ran into a variety of miniature animals and creatures. Apparently, I have a little pendant for keeping those things. Of these things, the only things that spark joy are this little alligator. I think he's awfully cute. And most especially this little piggy made of marble. I like that piggy. For jewelry, I discovered that I like the simpler things. So I like this little pendant. It says peace and it has the definition of peace on it. This ribbon, which I haven't opened yet, it's hand-dyed. It was very expensive for the amount of yardage, but I would say it's worth it because they're just beautiful colors. So it's one of those things I like to have, and I'm not really intending on using it up. These sparkle pencils I love. I love these. These sparkle pencils spark joy in me. And again, I don't feel like I'm ever going to take them out and use them because I don't want them to be marred by usage. They're perfect just the way they are. This is something I thought I would keep forever because it was my ballet slipper when I was a little girl, and you know, when I looked at it, it just didn't spark joy, so I don't mind giving it away, so I'm going to give it away. Well, actually, I'm going to throw it out in the garbage. Nobody wants one used ballet slipper. However, if I do run into my point shoes, I'm going to keep those because those spark joy. This picture has sparked joy in me for a long time. It looks like a dream. It looks like something made up, right? Like something that someone almost painted. But it makes me feel like I'm looking at heaven on earth. So I should do something more with this than just leave it flopping around. There's two things that I really want to get done before I go to sleep tonight. It's about midnight right now. I want to go through all of our blankets and sheets and curtains, and then I want to go through our Halloween box, which is something that my husband has been looking forward to me going through since I first told him who Marie Kondo is and what she's all about. So here I go again. Okay, of all of the bedding, the only thing that sparked joy was this kitty cat pillowcase. This is my pillowcase from when I was a child, and I love it. Good memories. I don't use it though, so I should. So I'm leaving it out, and maybe I will switch out my pillowcase tonight. Thank you, KonMari, for my kitty cat pillowcase being reenacted, being put to use again. Alright, it's closer to 1 a.m. now on the day of my father-in-law's arrival. Last thing to go through is the Halloween decorations. Say hi? You never want to say hi to the camera. Say hi. What I attempted to do these last 2 weeks is what I'm calling the Kondo Crunch, or the Kondo Cram, because I was trying to squeeze it all into a very short amount of time, and for somebody who has as many old items and collected items as I do, 2 weeks is not sufficient, at least if you have a regular job. So if you have a full-time job, I would not recommend trying to squeeze it all in like I have. Okay, here's the best part. So this is the suitcase that I had mentioned earlier, which I believe has some great goodies in it. It feels empty though, so that's going to be disappointing if it's empty. Because I know that at one point I had put all of my spark joys in here, so hopefully it's not empty. Yay, it's not empty. Good. Dee dee dee. So, have some driftwood. I have my Precious Moments doll, which got decapitated a while ago, so it's not a new thing, but I can super glue her. She's so cute! I love Precious Moments. I gotta glue her together. And just a seashell, which I basically was just trying to protect in my moves more shells. This is a little angel shell. This is interesting. I had no idea I put these in there. These are Karina's baby pictures. There's a lot of CDs. Yay! My daughter. It's always good to have backups. I have learned that the hard way. This is one of my favorite angel statues. Okay, well that really was not as exciting as I thought it was going to be, and pretty much there were about 2 items that sparked joy, and the rest of them were mostly shells that I simply had not wanted to break in my moving from one house to another. That's okay. It must mean that my other spark joys that were in here at one time have already been unpacked, and that they're all over the house, and that I've already gotten used to them being in my life. So there were not a lot of forgotten spark joys in here, and that's okay. I'm just blessed with a lot of spark joys already in my house. So this is the end of my Komono KonMari tidying journey, and I'm happy that it's done. I have gotten many bags out of the house. I will show some footage of me bringing those bags to Goodwill when I have done so. Thank you for sticking around for this long video. I appreciate it, and I will see you in the next one. Alright. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 bags, drawing, and then
Mom, let me give you a tipping thing about YouTubing. This is the type of thing I've been hearing. You shouldn't say spark joy every sentence. You should use more words instead of spark joy.
okay.
I've been hearing you say, this thing sparks joy and this thing sparks joy. And yes, this one doesn't spark joy that much, but it's a thing from
Okay, I understand.
someone, and it sparks joy a lot,
Okay.
but it gives me good memories or something. And also, you can make it, like, maybe if you made it a little more exciting, like if you were like, ooh, you know what I mean?
Okay. I was just thinking though that probably that pile is going to be easier than the papers that I got through because, oh man.